Hello and welcome to episode 229 of the Veeam Community Recap. And I have totally switched it up today. I've got two special guests as Maddie is on some well-deserved time off. And she's like, I'm off. Don't bug me. So not only did she tell me that, she also volunteered or sought volunteers to take the guest host seat with us. And I have two regulars back with me today. I'll start with you, Maurice. Good day. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. How are you?
Well, actually, I know you're very busy. In fact, I was going to retitle this episode the "We're Busy" burnout episode because things are going hot everywhere, and I've got some news as well in that department to share. But I appreciate the attitude. And then Jonah May, youngest person ever in the V100 program. How are you doing today?
I'm tired. I think I took a couple days a month ago to go to Comic-Con, and I'm already ready for some more vacation. It's been a crazy month.
Well, that's probably not a vacation. That's more of an itinerary and an adventure. That'll wear you out more than work. So.
Oh yeah. Well, and I'll have a day or two off here in a couple weeks. Although, again, I use day off loosely because my girlfriend will be driving from Florida to Texas to move in with me, and we're packing all her stuff into a U-Haul and driving.
Got it. Wow, that's some work. So congratulations on that, on the milestones there. But yeah, things are busy, friends, and we're recording on Wednesday, the 27th of August, and we had some very good news come out of product management here today. I can't share it yet, but it'll be a big press release on Wednesday of next week, and I know that the V100 knows what I'm talking about. But we had something clear QA, so some good news. But we've got some really good stuff to talk about here product-wise. Now, I'm on the road. I've only got one monitor. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to do the stack and then line up the content. So I think we're looking now at our first featured post from Maurice himself. This is just coincidence, but Maurice and, Jonah's a co-conspirator in here as well. But tell us about the upcoming. Oh, yeah, there's a whole. Exactly.
Don't forget about Josh and Tom.
That's right. We've scaled the team. That's actually super important. But tell us what's going on with the hackathon.
Yeah, we're doing the third annual Veeam Community Hackathon, and this time it's in December. So it's a late 2025 edition, but we're doing it again. And this year, we're doing it for 72 hours. Yes, you hear that right, people. 72 hours for every team to do the actual building of your product in not 1 day, not 3 days, but 5 days.
Wow, just crazy. And I think you can actually scheme your plan now, right? So
yeah,
of course that we're
sure, but you don't know. But you don't know in which team you will end up with too.
All teams are assigned. They're not.
You can request to go on certain teams with people. We will give everybody a couple days though to brainstorm together. Go through some team building exercises. Cool. One big change we're going to actually see this year over previous years is we used to ask certain people to sign up to be leaders, and we would assign them into teams. This year, everyone's going to sign up as participants, and then teams are going to have to select their own team leaders.
Correct.
Ooh, that's interesting. Well. I want to highlight something about this that's super important. Sorry, this is a lot of work, friends. What the Tom with Maurice,
Josh.
Jonah, and Joost, and then really anybody who engages in this. This is super above and beyond activity. So I want to personally thank definitely you, Maurice, and Jonah for everything you've done, and then. Tom, and then also Joost work here. This is fantastic. It's above and beyond, and even beyond that from a community perspective. So I just personally want to say thank you very, very sincerely, as much as I can with one monitor like that. But that is fantastic. So
I think
where do we go? We can go to sign up here.
Yeah, correct. I think Jonah and I both had about 200 hours each last year in the hackathon, to give you an idea on how much work it is.
I knew it was a lot. I dared not try to calculate it, but that's
no, it's about 200 hours each.
Yeah. So some of it at least laid the framework for this year and future years, building some sign-up form templates that we could repurpose and stuff. But there's also still a lot behind the scenes with getting the word out, aligning sponsorships, picking out swag, and other things that we can't really redo and have templatized year over year.
Right.
Team building is another thing that is takes a lot of time to create teams that actually could work, because you have so many different kind of people who join the hackathon, and you need to find the right set of people that have a chance on winning the hackathon. So that's a challenge
While
as
trying
well.
to keep everyone balanced, so one team doesn't have a major edge over another.
Right. Well, you're hackathon experts at this point. I love, by the way, I love the AI description.
No, it's not AI. I wrote it myself, my friend.
Oh, okay. So that's we'll call this MI, Maurice Intelligence, instead of AI.
No, I'm writing this because this image cannot be seen by people who are blind. And this should explain what's on this image.
Got it. So
they
it could
can
be
have
narrated.
an idea on the community hub doesn't support alt text, because I would have put it in an alt text.
There we go. Well, look at you. Always looking out for everyone. I appreciate that. And that actually is an important point. Anyone can join the hackathon. It's, and there's these teams, right? It's not going to be all on an individual. So if you're thinking about learning or, working in these areas of development, brainstorming, time, pressure, presenting a goal, teamwork, and community, if you can contribute in one or more of these, this would be a really interesting opportunity to participate.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you all four of you, Jonah, Maurice, Jos, and Tom. By the way, that's the coolest username, Mayhem, by the way. All right. Thank you all. And again, we'll be featuring this a few times, maybe even make it a sticky panel up on the front page for a while. Awesome. Good stuff. All right. I mentioned that Maddie is out, and we have a blog of the month for this month. I have not voted yet. I am logged in. Good, because it won't be sharing the links. And we're going to just kind of skim through here. We got Shane's XCPNG review just of the new hypervisor. That's cool. SAP plugin. Peter Stefan with the Virtual Lab Sure Backup. It looks like that's Scott with Devolutions, and then I think that's Lucas with Veeam Data Cloud as a Vault as a VCSP, and then I can't remember. I think that's I forget his name, but the object storage with MinIO. Several really good. I forgot the names by the avatars here. Let's double check this one here. This one is Marco Fabri. Yep, and that one is Mateus. Yep, it's kind of hard to remember all the avatars, but if each of you, I guess we'll start with you, Jonah. Any of these topics kind of stick out to you?
I liked the Veeam Data Cloud Vault as a VCSP. At my company, we're having a lot of conversations around giving customers the freedom of choice with their storage targets, kind of like how Veeam does such a good job of freedom of choice of your hypervisor. And so we've definitely talked to our sales reps a lot about Vault. And it was a really good analysis, especially going into some of the current drawbacks, just kind of as we're in this phase where, Veeam is getting ready to launch Vault for service providers like they announced at VMon, but they're not quite there yet.
Saw the press release draft for it, so it's coming very, very soon.
Sweet.
So, makes you feel any better. But yes, we definitely have to execute on that. Maurice, any of these stick out to you?
As a longtime user of the Devolution software, I need to go with the Devolutions one for sure.
Yeah, it's funny. And by the way, Scott, thank you for writing that up. That was one of the, we featured that a couple weeks ago. But Devolutions has an NFR program that they've extended to the Veeam 100. And Scott was pretty clear that he has that as his, the use case that he has. But, Devolutions isn't officially a Veeam partner, but I was really grateful that they were able to extend the NFR to the Veeam 100, just recognizing that these are tools that, these personas would use. And I actually need to set up the NFR myself as well, because I just rearranged a lot of the home networking and kind of put security a little bit higher up, and that is on the list. So go ahead and vote now. This post is by Sophia, so she's having some fun with it, making a meme in there, which is good. I like that. I haven't voted yet, but let's see, when's it? I'm not sure. Oh, by September 1, so we got to hurry. The rest of the week. So let's get on it. Good stuff. All right. Thank you, Sophia. And thank you, everyone who was mentioned. Now, Shane, very popular this week. We mentioned him on the blog of the month, but I actually really liked his bit where he has highlighted some practice questions that he's done in his VMCE study hall group. And I think that's kind of a good angle to just be thinking around, the sort of constant certification, just always keeping your mindset right. I know that I am actually horribly lapse on every certification I personally have ever had, but I like the way we think here. And I don't know, Jonah or Maurice, either of you have kind of a comment on Shane's post here?
Honestly, I think training for VMCE, especially as if you do it for the first time, can be really hard because you don't know where to look and what to find and what to expect. So practice questions like these can really help you find your way and doing your VMCE exam.
Yeah, I mean, I renew my VMCE every year. It's part of a requirement for us as a Platinum Veeam partner to have a certain number of certified employees on roster. And so typically, actually, right around this time of the year is when I renew. And the last year or two, I've definitely been trolling through this space and going through a lot of the practice questions Shane puts up, and they're really good questions for preparing for the exam.
Yeah, indeed. And it's kind of hard to talk and think at the same time, but I'm not going to take my guess at the answer here. But one of the things I'll kind of say additionally, above all, thank you, Shane, for this. What's super important about this piece from Shane is that it's regular, right? He's really actually, and this isn't even the newest one. This is the newest one. So I'm a week old, but here's another one, right? So, but this is the last practice question he has. He'll probably go after V13. So good on him because that is very well timed. Wink, wink. But one thing I want to highlight is just keeping your mindset, of a certification, a qualification that you have achieved. You got to kind of if you want to keep up with it, you kind of have to keep up with it. Even just reading these types of things is a good way to keep your mindset fresh of these types of qualifications that will help you prepare for the next level up, as it were, wink, wink again, about, certifications. So the thought here is just being regular with it and thinking how test questions are written. Good stuff. Thank you, Shane. Speaking of Shane, yet again, one of the blog of the month things that we're highlighting, content is the word I'm looking for, is his review of an additional hypervisor. So, Shane in the SMB is trying to probably kind of reassess what he's doing for hypervisors, as are so many others in the market. And he took a look at this Zen-based hypervisor, XCP NG. I personally have not used this particular hypervisor before, but have either of you in any type of lab capacity?
I have used Xen before, not specifically this version, but a long time ago. I wasn't a fan, but things could have changed very much ever since that version, really, really long time ago. That was over 10, no, maybe even 15 years ago.
I haven't. I went pretty heavy in
I did pure Zen.
Sorry?
Okay. Proxmox, I mean, that one was a fan favorite. Telemetry, we were really excited how fast that was adopted. But yeah, like you, Maurice, I used base Zen a long time ago, or at least Citrix Zen, maybe is the right word. But
Xen server, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. skimming through here, I mean, it looks really intuitive. One of the things I can tell you, playing with Hyper-V, I've always been Hyper-V and VMware parity. And then recently I extended out to Proxmox, really due to the Veeam support. And then once you get like okay, I'm saying this, put it with a grain of salt, but if you get like your base concepts right, as long as you're not doing multi-tenancy and advanced networking, it's really pretty easy to walk into a new hypervisor. Multi-tenancy and advanced networking is what Jonah and Maurice live, and that is where it will become really complicated, right? But
Correct.
But even these days, I feel like it's getting easier. Like Proxmox, if you look at the last few releases around them moving over to SDN and building it into the Proxmox stack, it makes it a lot easier to get the VXLAN kind of style networking like you usually see with NSX.
Sure.
I mean, it's a couple button clicks and then you can do, your 4 million networks, and it's ready for multi-tenant too in that regard.
Yeah, but there's not a way, well, not out of the box, I think, to provide it for a multi-tenant environment you have for vCloud. There are third-party tools, but yeah, like you say, it's not there yet.
It's getting there very quickly.
Yeah, and I think a lot of these, elements, they all make sense. Templates, that's a good one. This is all, I've not used it. That's a little bit, that's a nice user interface, honestly. That's not bad at all, right?
No, it's good.
So, well, thank you, Shane, for playing with new stuff and sharing it to us. Good stuff. And that is up as well from one of our Blog of the Month nominations. All right. Just a reminder, when Maddie and I go through special department news, what we're really doing is going through the events tab of the Community Hub. So just a reminder, that's how you get it. A couple of them coming up. Looks like Alvaro and Christian from our VUG Chile leader, and Christian is from Licencias Online, which is one of our key partners in the region. Looks like they're going to talk about VeeamON 2025 and plus also some of the VeeamON tours, which are going on in Latin America right now. In fact, a good chunk of my team was in Lima and Buenos Aires this last week. And then I myself will be in Mexico City and Guatemala in 2 weeks. So this is coming up on the 4th. Whenever you go to this page, it will show your local time, but it'll be noon on New York time. So I guess let's do a quick translation situation. That's always a good idea. Virtual event for Chile, right? So they're going to talk about some of the VeeamON tour Argentina. So they're going to debrief on that. So thank you, Alvaro. Thank you, Christian. Argentina, let's also translate to English. This is an in-person meetup on the 9th. Oh, speaking of other hypervisors, check this one out, guys. Ooh.
OpenShift.
Ooh. I think I know who's up with that. I think that involves Esteban, but we'll see. This one is in person, so let's see if we have, Esteban from Red Hat. So yeah, perfect. And then some Kubernetes.
And then you've got Aston in there too, like the double whammy of interesting VMware alternatives.
Exactly. So look at Argentina doing it right. And by the way, welcome back, Esteban. He is back in the Veeam 100 program, and happy to see him jumping on these opportunities straight away. So good stuff in Buenos Aires there. I don't. Oh, it's at the Veeam office. I know where that is, but that's great. And then still with Latin America, it's running hot there right now. The week after on the 11th, the week after on the 11th, it's the same day as the Mexico VeeamON tour. VUG Ecuador is going to have a nice evening more casting. Look at that. Evening user group. So that looks good at the Dan Carlton in Quito. So good stuff. So couple of different events across Latin America, and I know we just had a user group in USA in Seattle last week, but you can always check those events out. So I don't have who's new today, so sorry about having only one monitor. It's hard to do it on the road I can carry some stuff, but not that much. But Maurice and Jonah, thank you so much for joining us here on the recap.
You're welcome.
Always happy to be here.
Indeed. I'm happy to have you guys, right? Because like these two are super members, what they're doing with the hackathon. They've scaled the team to Yost and Tom as well, which probably is honestly just necessary with the amount of work that you guys had.
Yeah.
So I get that. And, big thanks to Yost and Mayhem to do that. And, I know both of you are hot and heavy in work stuff right now. So I really appreciate you taking the time out. These guys are doing the good work, man. We were talking a little bit about some of the responsibilities that are on both of them, and I can concur. They both need a vacation. So thank you both. All right, everyone. Well, that concludes episode 229. Next week, Maddie and I should be back in normal circumstances, but we will see. Until then, have a great weekend.